to the NightChild Reviews Prince. We're looking at Prince's greatest B-sides, and today I've chosen a track called She's Always in My Hair. Now this is another Prince and Revolution era track, although it's technically Prince on his own, and I think this could probably easily claim to be one of the most popular B-sides in the Prince community. You know, it's certainly well loved. It's certainly a song that Prince, I think, clearly thinks a lot of. He's performed on a number of different tours, but it's quite interesting in that the strange thing is that Prince kind of almost rediscovered this track in the sense of after it was released in 1985, he didn't actually play it live until 1993, and since then it's kind of been present on most tours since then. It was obviously played on the Rave Into the Joy Fantastic video. It was played recently on the Arsenio Hall show, and it's become a real staple of these shows, so it's clearly a song that Prince has really grown to love. Now originally it was a B-side to Depending Where You Lived. In America it was Raspberry Beret, in Europe and most other places it was Paisley Park, so they released it almost the same time, so it kind of has these two, it's B-side to two different tracks there. I was initially recorded the same day as Erotic City. Now what a day that must have been. She's Always in My Hair, Erotic City. I mean that's a day of work. That's fantastic, that really is. It's credited, as I said, to Prince and Revolution, although this is Prince playing everything, singing everything, doing everything, the one-man band. Now I believe this is kind of the ultimate expression of kind of gratitude and thanks to a lover. You know, this is something about someone that's kind of, always there for you. This is somebody that's kind of like, no matter what happens in your life, they're going to be there for you, relentless and regardless. Whatever you get up to, whatever you do, they're constantly there, this perfect kind of companion. And it's not always clear in this song whether Prince means a really deep friendship or actually a lover. Now it's apparently written about Jill Jones, who obviously is a famous Prince protege, a fantastic singer. It's apparently written about her, so that kind of makes another interesting point to this song. I love the opening of this song, I really do. This kind of has this drum effect which heightens and gets thinner and thinner and thinner until it kind of crashes and throws itself into this kind of pulsating, grinding beat. But there's still this kind of trademark Prince sense of space, this kind of air in between the drum beats, which is really interesting. The guitar is also the other joy of this song. It really is. The main riff is such a kind of head-bobbing riff, and it also allows Prince later on to kind of, particularly live, to kind of just let it go with a squealing guitar solo, which is always a good thing. And it starts with these great lyrics where Prince sings, whenever I feel like giving up, whenever my sunshine turns to rain, whenever my hopes and dreams are aimed in the wrong direction, she's always there, telling me just how much she really cares. And it goes on to, she's always in my hair, and it's just fantastic. It's just he kind of just works this song so well, he really does. He talks about, she'll still love him even if he hits the wrong notes. And just as he sings, hits the wrong notes, a note comes in just a little bit too early, and it's just a kind of fantastic play on that. And Prince also sings that even if he was a gigolo all his life, this woman would still love him. It doesn't matter. And it's kind of this ambiguity of, is it a friend, is it a lover? There's a part where Prince sings, maybe I'll marry her, maybe I won't. And it's kind of still this ambiguity about, is he going to go off and lead this other life, but is this his woman who will always be there for him even if he goes off with other women or comes back? And that kind of plays into the kind of role perhaps Jill Jones possibly had, we don't know. But it's a very interesting aspect to this song. I've got to say also that the beat has this kind of touch of kind of like a thrashing snare effect to it, which is fantastic. And I've got to say also underneath this track, in the background there's this kind of ascending and descending drum patterns that are really interesting. It's really worth kind of listening to, particularly on headphones. I think this is one of those tracks, like a lot of Prince tracks, that really benefits from repeated listens, and listen to it a number of times, you get so much more out of it. Now, as I said, this is hugely loved in the Prince community. This is a real kind of feel-good ode to someone who is always going to be there for you regardless. They will be there for you no matter what. There's one last thing I'd like to say about this song, and this is that the way Prince uses background vocals in this song, I think, is remarkable. I mean, sometimes he just kind of choirs the effect and kind of doubles his voice, and sometimes he goes off and does something completely different than the backing vocals. And he kind of does so many different interesting things. You hear them kind of on your left speaker, your right speaker, on your headphones, and he's kind of doing different backing vocals and playing about with these things. And often Prince doesn't really get enough credit for his background vocals and the work he does with them, and kind of the clever interplay he has with himself. Because Prince is basically the whole band in this situation. So that's worth checking out. Anyway, she's always in my hair.